Yes, guys, welcome to the United family. We are back again with another video for you guys. The press conference reaction, and the match preview to the game this weekend. And with me today, I have a very big guest, a Nigerian guy like me, just bringing him on MUFC Global. So, MUFC Global, welcome to the show today.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a privilege. It's a privilege being amongst guys like you.
Yeah. Like we are both Nigerian and we're both Manchester United fans, and I think so far this season, our season didn't really start the way we wanted it to start, but we grew into the game, got a couple of wins, got the loss to City, which was very bad, but ended up getting another win against Spurs and Chelsea. The Chelsea game, I thought we should have won that game, but unfortunately we could not get the win in the game. But now we have to move to the next game, which is the Europa League. And I think we had Ten Hag press conference. We spoke about a lot of things. Spoke about Ronaldo. Spoke about the game, the mentality, which is very important. A quick one. I want to quickly get your thoughts on the Chelsea game, like a quick roundup of the Chelsea game before moving into the preview.
Well, it was a good game actually, and we could actually see lots of improvements. You can see a lot of improvements in the character, the passion these players are actually displaying, and we've missed that. We've missed that part, or we've missed that aspect from our players, and it was a good one. We saw the reaction even after the cheap goals scored by Chelsea, the penalty actually from that McTominay mistake. We saw the determination, the resilience, the belief from our players. They still believe that they can still salvage a draw because we deserve to win that game. But thank God that Casemiro came in and he did the magic for us. It was a fantastic game for us. Even if it wasn't the result we wanted, but at least performance-wise, dominated.
Yeah, it would have been very bad if we didn't get anything out of that game because we played really well. We deserve to get a result from the game, which at the end of the day we did. We got something out of the game, and I think with the way we are playing now, we can see a lot of improvements. We can see from the Spurs game into the Chelsea game. The first half, we dominated the first half. We should have gotten a couple of goals in the first half, but football is not always how you want it to be. But at the end of the day, we came off with a point. And I think this Europa League game is going to be very interesting because we didn't really start the Europa League well also. We lost to Real Sociedad, then we won against Sheriff and home and away to Omonia Nicosia. So I think this Sheriff game is going to be very important. Let's see if the mentality we are bringing into this from this Chelsea game continues and we can dominate and score a lot of goals. I want to see us score a lot of goals in games like this. To be winning by 3-4 goals, not just scraping a 1-0 or a 2-0 win. In the first leg against Sheriff, we won that game by 2-0, a penalty from Ronaldo and a goal from Jadon Sancho. But I think we need to see better. We need to see better results and improvement. And to touch on Eric Ten Hag's press conference, like he had some things to say in his press conference. And if I can just run through it, he was asked a question. He was asked on an update on Varane's injury, and he said, and Cristiano, he said Cristiano will be in the squad for tomorrow, but Varane is out of the squad. Certainly until the World Cup, he will not be able to play for Manchester United. And he was asked, can Varane play in the World Cup? He said he thinks so, but it depends on what the results of the test and all comes out as. And he said, they asked, there will be a lot of questions about Ronaldo when it comes to the press conference because of what happened with Ronaldo in the past week. He was asked about the conversation he had with Ronaldo and how difficult this period has been. He said it's not difficult, but he thinks everything will be answered. So, like, he was out of one game and now he's back, and he has to show what he can do now that he's back. And also, he was asked another question. At the same about Ronaldo, he said he won't answer any more questions about Ronaldo because he thinks we should find tomorrow, which is important. And this. Which was really bad. We should see we should see press conferences about the game, not centered about only Ronaldo, which we have seen in the past few games. Uh, continuing with the press conference, he was asked about Donny van der Beek and like injuries, and he said, "Yeah, Donny van der Beek is back in training. Ali Maguire and also Wan-Bissaka is also back in training." So, but he was asked if they were back in contention for tomorrow's game, which he said no. They have to assess them, and when they assess them, they take the decision. So it's not definite that the likes of Ali Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, or Donny van der Beek could be available for this game. And he was asked about January transfer window because we all know we need a striker, we need funds, we need to get a couple of players in. He said in the moment, he said also last week, we focus on the game, not about transfers for now. Let's focus on the game and try to get the results. Then when January comes, we address the transfers and anything we want to do then. And also, he was asked about some of the young players. He was asked about Facundo Pelestri, which he said he was injured for a long period after Atletico Madrid. So he's now returning. We have some young players in the background in the offensive position, likes of Zidane Iqbal, Garnacho, and the rest. But for now, it's not guaranteed that they will play or they will start the games. But we just have to be patient with the young players. So that's just all about the press conference. And I think with this Sherry game, we just need to put in a very good performance, dominate the game like we've done in past games, and try to get a good result from this game. Because we see City blow teams like this away. It's 5 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals. We don't need to just go there and scrape a 1-0 or a 2-1 win, a scrappy performance. We see a very good performance, well dominated performance, create a lot of chances and score a lot of goals. What do you think about this Sheriff game at Old Trafford tomorrow?
Well, it's definitely going to be a very good game for us, if you know what I mean, because we saw what happened in the first leg, playing away from home, which we actually dominated and actually we won the game by a 2 goal margin. But coming down to Old
Yeah,
Trafford, I think what Ten Hag is trying to do with the team is he's trying to build a fortress, at home in Old Trafford, and we believe that the players are definitely going to perform at their best. And like we all can see the performances and the character, like I said earlier. And I think
yeah,
there's this healthy competition that Ten Hag is trying to build in the team. And of course, quality wise, we are way better than they are actually. And we have quality on the bench as well. So regardless of who Eric Ten Hag calls upon, we are definitely gonna win. These are actually the kind of games that we are supposed to be winning.
yeah,
To be able to avoid the playoff, which we all know if we finish second, we are definitely going to have a playoff.
yeah. A
But
playoff, yeah,
yeah, exactly. So overall, I think we have enough quality to outclass the Sheriff, Sheriff Tiraspol, and I think
uh,
Manchester United will play well. And of course, if Cristiano Ronaldo starts that game, I think all eyes will be on Cristiano, and definitely, it's going to be a gala of goals in my opinion, because the win against Tottenham, I think at Old Trafford was
yeah.
good. It was the beginning
Very
of
good.
something. Yeah, it was the beginning of something we are all expected to see and enjoy. So definitely,
Yeah.
it's going to be an easy win for Manchester United.
Yeah, yeah, true. I also think it will be a very easy win for United, but at the same time, you don't underrate these teams. They might get a
Yeah,
shocking result. We've seen that in the past, and going to the fact that we are at home at Old Trafford also is going to be a very big advantage. Because I want to see a lot of goals. That's also what I want to see because we've been
yeah,
struggling to score goals this season. So this year game might be the start of like a lot of goals, goal galore from now on to the beginning of the World Cup. I just think we need to get a lot of goals in this game and play really well. And with Eric Ten Hag, I think we all have to back the manager. We saw the so-called Ronaldo FC bashing him when he made that decision. But he is the manager of this club, and we are seeing improvement on the pitch, which is the most important thing. I've said I'm not after top four. I'm not after winning any trophy. If I'm seeing that improvement on the pitch this season, I'm satisfied. I'm comfortable with
true.
that, and hopefully we'll build up that in the coming season. For now, we need to have a good team ready to play for the manager, ready to play for the badge, and fight for their space in this team. I will see that with Ten Hag. If you play well, you start. If you play badly, you go on the bench, which is a very good philosophy and a very good style to have as a manager. And if I should ask, what would you love to be your starting lineup for this game tomorrow? But before I go on that, please, people that are watching, like, subscribe, drop a comment, share the video, just get involved in the channel. Yeah. So what would be your first starting lineup for this game?
Of course, it's definitely going to be David De Gea in goal, and right back, of course, Diego Dallo. He has been impressive, and he has been able to, to carry on regardless of
Yeah.
being short, if you know what I mean, in that position. So it's going to
Yeah.
be Dallo right back. Then, of course, we have Lindelof and Martinez, the partnership in defense, which is actually the obvious
Yeah.
pick at the moment. Yeah. Then left back is going to be Tyra Malacia. I think Ten Hag should be able to give him the opportunity to, to play because he has been good. He has been good in a way in games. And of course, the middle of the park is going to be Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Then we have Bruno Fernandes playing 10. Then, of course, the left wing, in my opinion, I think it should be Jadon Sancho. Then on the right wing, it should be Anthony. Then I think Cristiano Ronaldo should be able to lead the team. And so it's going to be 4-2-1-3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think
No, no.
Casemiro,
You, you,
Casemiro,
you,
Casemiro should be able to come deeper, like to play the deeper role, the defensive
yeah.
midfield role, because I
Yeah.
think that's the area of the pitch or area where we have actually missed, a quality CDM, and I think
Yeah.
Casemiro should do the dirty job while Ericsson tries to, build up play and help the attacking players.
Yeah, true. Like with this game, like my own starting lineup will be. I would love to see a change of goalkeeper because I think David De Gea has been playing a lot this season, and I think he deserves a rest. Sheriff, they are not the strongest of side, but at the same time, the fact that we want to get the top position in this group, and we've already lost to Real Sociedad. And Real Sociedad, they don't look like losing anytime soon because unless when they play against us, we can get a result, and they have a good goal defense ahead of us. So I think we need to get every win till the second
Yeah,
leg game against
that was
Real
why I think a
Sociedad.
lot
So
of goals.
yes, so we need to score a lot of goals today. Very, really, really important. Score a lot of goals today. But I think if we can start like Martin Duvaka, he's not a bad keeper. I like him.
Yeah,
He keeps very well for Newcastle. I also see him in goal. With the defense, we know Varane is injured, and Maguire, we don't know if he's going to be fit or not. So I will go with Lindelof, Martinez, and Dallo because I don't really think we have another option apart from using Dallo. So I will go with Dallo, obviously, and. Luke Shaw. No, I'll go Luke Shaw or Malasia. I'll go with either of them because I think Luke Shaw he has been impressive. And the thing with benching players now is because these players they've been impressive, we need to keep playing them to build on that momentum. And if we get a couple of goals in the first half, we can make the changes in the second half and bring on other players. So I'll just stick with Luke Shaw. In the midfield, like you said, Casemiro, but I'll go with Casemiro and Fred. I know Fred is not the best, like on the ball is not the best, but when it comes to winning the ball back and moving the ball forward is very good with that. So I'll go with Casemiro and Fred because I want to see Eriksen play in the attacking role. I think Eriksen will do a better job in that Bruno role than what Bruno is doing. Bruno is good with running around, good with the energy and all, but I think in that creator role, I think Eriksen is going to be a better creator. Like we know what Eriksen can do when he's on the ball. When he gets the ball, he can create, he can put in good crosses and all. So I think that's going to be very good for the game against Sheriff. So I want to see Bruno maybe on the bench, not because he's a bad player, but because I think he also deserves a rest in that game. He has been playing all the games this season. I want to see Eriksen playing in that role, and Rashford, Anthony, and Ronaldo. That's what I'll go with. I wanted to say Anthony Elanga, but I think after after the Ronaldo issues, I think he should. I don't think he deserves the start, but I think the manager wants to start him so he can at least get a couple of goals. And I don't want to see the Ronaldo that played against Omonia because he missed a lot of chances
yeah,
against
a lot
Omonia
of
and Nicosa, which was very bad. So I want to see him convert the chances and and build his confidence back. And I know you know Ronaldo, you always want to shut the haters up, but I don't think he has anything to shut us up about because all what you are saying are true. We've seen him play games this season which he has not played really well. But I think in games like the Europa League, he has to start. So I also see Ronaldo up front. And I think no matter the side we put out, it should be good enough to beat Omoni and Ikosa if we play on the level we have been playing in the last few games, which I think has been very good and fantastic performances. And I think the Ronaldo incident took away how good the Tottenham performance was and how good the Chelsea performance was. Because after those games, it was always stories about Ronaldo, different talks about Ronaldo, which I think it's bad for the manager and for the team because the team has been doing really well in the past few games. And to touch on something else, I think we haven't spoken since the Ronaldo incident, and also we have like different opinions when it comes to Ronaldo and why Ronaldo was benched. And some people were saying if it was in that Chelsea game, he could have come on and got a goal, which is just and he might come on and not get a goal, but that's just the way it is. So do you think Ten Hag handled the Ronaldo incident very well?
Yeah, of course he did. He did as a manager because you look at the Manchester United team, you look at what has been the status quo. I think since Alex Ferguson left, we've lacked that figure, that personality of a manager to
Yeah,
be able to, to checkmate excesses and all of that. And I think Ten
yeah,
Hag did the right thing. You don't work out of your manager, you don't work out on your team, you don't work out on your fans and all of that. He's a big figure, of course. Ten Hag knows that he definitely knows what he signed for and what his job entails. And you know, handling the Ronaldo situation the way he did. In fact, after the game, he was asked a question and he was able to give us the assurance, or he promised us that he was going to deal with the matter the next day. And of course, he acted as he ought to be, as he ought to do as a manager. Of course, we've
yeah,
seen we've seen Ronaldo's achievement over the years, but that is no excuse. That is no excuse to to act the way you
yeah,
did. And the strike he received, of course, is worth it because they had made us to know that even
yeah,
if we know he has done something like that before during the preseason, I think against Real Sociedad, I guess, or was he
yeah.
Real Sociedad we played in preseason, or was he Real
Yeah, no, it was yes, Rayo Vallecano, Rayo Vallecano.
Okay, Vallecano, exactly. So he
Yeah,
did. He left the stadium when the rest of the team or the players are still on the stadium. So the point of the matter is Ten Hag actually did the right thing, and it sent the clear message to the rest of the players that we have a
yeah,
commanding figure. Because since, like I said, since Alex left, during the Ragnick era or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era, we've
yeah.
seen so many dressing room leaks. We've seen so many big figures who believe they are bigger than the manager and all of that. But
On
Ten
the
Hag is
club,
trying to
yeah,
set, exactly. He's trying to set standards because that's
yeah,
his primary primary responsibility. You set standards because once you
yeah,
set standards, the rest of the players or the rest of the team or the board will be able to follow suit because they know that you are a responsible coach. And of course, I'm sure most of the players were happy that he actually handled the Ronaldo problem accordingly. He handled it responsibly and he handled it professionally. And of course, we didn't hear any rant or possible, you know, uh, uh, will I say,
yeah.
what's
Like like
dissent,
the thing with
possible
yes,
dissent. Yeah, possible dissent
yeah,
from Ronaldo. Of
yeah,
course, he's
yeah,
professional,
yeah,
but Ten
true,
Hag actually
yeah.
did the right.
No, like I totally agree with you. Tena made the right decision because you need to lead by example. You are the manager. What Ronaldo did was bad, and everyone can argue, and that's what a lot of the ex players were arguing that Ronaldo is this. We know what he has achieved in football. We know to me he's the best player in the world of football because I love what he has
Yeah,
done and what he has achieved in football. But regardless, that doesn't mean you throw your team under the bus. You have to be part of this team. You're part of this team and you have to show concern. When you play, when you don't play, you have to support the team. And that game, I think it was just being selfish because I saw a clip today where he waited. He didn't leave he didn't leave the pitch immediately. He waited when Jadon Sancho came off. He shaked him. He stood there. Then he waited for the 87th or 88th minute before he walked
yeah,
off. And you know when you do, you know the way Old Trafford is. You have to walk down all through to get to the tunnel, and that was really bad, and it moved the attention from the performance we had against Spurs, which was a very good performance, to the Ronaldo situation. And I don't think it's unfair on Ronaldo because at the end of the day, the coach has to start what his best players and the team he think is best to start, and every other player can come in and support. We saw some players play on the bench throughout their career. Ronaldo has scored a lot, he has achieved a lot in the world of football. I understand that he's hungry to play. He always wants to start, but he's not the Ronaldo on that same level that he was 4 or 5 years ago. So he has to be managed properly. And we've seen him in games that he has played. He has missed a lot of chances. So why was he mad that the coach didn't start him on, and why didn't he want to come on? But I think all that is in the past now because the manager handled this well. And at the end of the day, Ronaldo is back in training, is in contention for tomorrow's game. And hopefully he can play and get a couple of goals. Because I want to see him score. I want to see him be part of this team, be happy, and we all want to support the team. I think some fans think some United fans want the team to lose. No one wants the team to lose because Ronaldo is playing, because Ronaldo is not playing. We want the team to win collectively, everyone as a team, with the manager, the players, and everyone. And I want to quickly bring in something very interesting. And this is Lisandro Martinez. When Lisandro Martinez came into the Premier League, there was a lot of concerns, issues on his height, his short, is this, is that, 5 foot this, he can't play in the Premier League. And so far we've seen him, apart from the first 2 games, which I think Maguire was a huge part in the first 2 games. But I think since then Martinez has been brilliant. He absolutely mastered Harry Kane. Aubameyang also, he didn't really get a lot of space. Salah, and he has been doing it consistently in games. And I think that is very good to see. And with Lisandro Martinez, and I love the passion he has. You can see his celebration after the goal. He went to the players, to the fans. Like he got yellow card for that, but he just had to do it. He was very passionate. Even Casemiro, see the celebration, see the togetherness with this team. We didn't see this last season. We didn't see this 2 seasons ago. The players are happy. They are playing together. Like regardless of what the result is, everyone is buzzing. They are happy, which is good. And I think with Lisandro Martinez, he can only get better. I think he's one of the early contenders for the player of the season because of what he has brought to this team. Because he has transformed that back line, changed the back line. And exactly. I would love to hear your thoughts on Lisandro Martinez.
The truth is, Lisandro Martinez still falls back to Eric Ten Hag in a way because, during the transitioning or the process of rebuild, Ten Hag actually wanted players he knows and that he can work with, and we can actually see how brilliant Martinez is. He has been, he has been criticized by some pundits, actually, by Carragher, precisely, complaining about his height. But he has actually proved guys like him wrong. We see him making successful area deals, and all of that. The man marking is just superb. Like he's like
superb,
prime. What's his name? Prime Vidic, if you know what I mean. So he's
the passion, the way he tackles, the way it's like his distribution of the ball is top notch, and that's one thing we've lacked from our defenders. Fantastic.
Yeah. So he makes successful duels. He wins the ball and all of that, and his motivation, like his passion, is actually contagious. It's contagious because you can actually see some of our players too. If they make any success, imagine for instance, maybe Martinez, it could be Varane, or it could be Diego Dallo. They make any successful tackle, you see the response. You see the expression.
Response, celebration, like they are happy. Like the players are happy. They are ready to play for this team, play for the badge. Like we haven't seen this in a long time.
So that's it, and that is what Lisandro Martinez brings to the Manchester United squad. We've seen Luke Shaw, especially Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has actually commended him in some interviews to say this is the kind of character we want in our team.
And the players around him are playing better. You should have seen Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw was out of the team at the beginning of the season, but he came back and is playing better. Like we only for putting his the cross for the Casemiro goal, fantastic. Like Anthony is one player I want to mention. I think the Ajax team, they had a lot of players that were very passionate because Anthony is same as Lisandro Martinez. They are very passionate. They are putting in tackles running up and down the pitch.
Yes,
I think that's the standard we want to see, and that's what
stand down
VL has been
exactly.
trying for and begging for the past 5 to 7 years. But it's just so happy and so good that we finally gotten that.
Yeah,
That's
and
and you can see with all the players.
yeah, and I think Martinez himself, Martinez is, I think he's a ball playing defender because we see
Yes.
he likes taking the ball forward. He likes
Yeah.
taking the ball forward, overlapping, making sure he connects with
Yeah.
his attackers and all of that. So he's the
Yeah.
kind of player
Which
that we need at the moment. And like I said before,
yes.
he has his character, his attributes
Yeah.
is kind of contagious, and we've seen
Yeah.
players, we've seen them playing with passion. That passion is there
Yeah.
to succeed every game, to play every game,
Yeah.
and of course, Martinez is that missing piece, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
think because he's
And
actually,
make no mistake. Yeah, I make no mistake. You have some bad games. Yes, it's
yeah, of course, we saw what happened at the beginning of the season.
normal. So, but I think it's so far we've seen that good. We've seen it can only get better. It can only get better with what we are seeing with like this team in general. I think they are playing really well. We are enjoying their performances in the last couple of games, and that has to be on the same level. We don't see a drop because like one player comes strong off the bench and gets that play this on the same level like the players that are starting. And to quickly move off this Lisandro Martinez topic, I think we all want to see the young stars play, and that's one thing we have been crying out for a while now. I think because we've not really had a lot of games that we score early or the Europa League games we have been scrapping the wins. I think tomorrow's game might be good if we can get like 2 or 3 goals in the first half, bring on the likes of Zidane, Igbao, Alejandro Garnacho in the second half, and give them playing time and see what they could offer. But I think until we start having like Flores games scoring a lot of goals, we won't see the young stars play a lot. But the manager have them in their plans, and that's why they are training with the first team, always in and around the squad. But I think at some point, the youngsters will get their opportunity to play. The FA Cup will be coming up after the World Cup. The Carabao Cup also will be coming up. There's a lot of games for these players to feature in. And what's your thing like on the youngsters and the development of the younger players in general?
Yeah, well, we've had exciting players, we've had exciting young lads. You look at
Yeah,
Elanga, you look at Kenacho, and Iqbal.
yeah.
To name a few. You know,
Same with you, yeah.
they should, in my opinion, they should be given opportunities. But at this
Yeah,
point, because it's quite understandable if they don't really start games, because we are actually transitioning, and Ten Hag is trying to build something. He's
yeah,
trying to build a team. So definitely in the first team or the senior players, there are qualities you can't just
yeah.
overlook at the moment. So it has
Look,
to,
yeah,
yeah, their time will definitely come. So it depends on how patient they can be and the right decision in maybe loaning them out, or
yeah, yeah.
whatever one might think. And we shouldn't get
We can see that. We can see that with Hannibal. Hannibal is playing really well at Birmingham.
yeah, even
Even Chung, we saw Chung, but Chung is playing really well also.
yeah,
I'm forgetting
Ahmad,
this.
Ahmad,
Ahmad is playing well. You can see these players. They are getting their opportunities, and
yes,
they need where they can play week in week out and improve. And to give me for people, the people watching, you guys can drop your score prediction for the Manchester United game tomorrow. Drop your score prediction. So as you're saying, go on with your point.
yeah. So like I said, Ten Hag is trying to build something at the moment. So it would be unwise for him to, totally rely on the young players, which of course we appreciate their quality. But at the same
Yeah,
time, it has to do with balance. How can he balance?
yeah,
But right now he hasn't really gotten that balance he needs at the moment. So it still has to
yeah,
do with, you know, patience, perseverance, and all of
yeah.
that.
Patience. Yeah,
Exactly, and we can see some of these lads. For instance, a player like Antonio Langa, he has been good, superb to an
yeah.
extent, and we saw
To an extent.
his
Yeah,
impact. We saw his impact in that goal that was scored against Chelsea. I think it was a foul on
yeah,
him. It was a foul on him.
yeah.
Then Luke Shaw took the free kick before Casemiro scored.
When
So
when it came on in that game, you could see what you could see. It like it did stuff in the game. There was a chance
yeah,
that he spun a couple of players. he laid off the pass, but there was no one to meet it. Like, and that's one thing we want to see. We want to see the younger players come in and make impacts, and not
Impact.
the ones who come in and just scrape a couple of just play badly. We want to see them play really well, and I think we are going to see that as well. We're going to see a lot of improvements with uh
Absolutely.
with, with this team. And there's
Even
a comment
Garnacho
here.
himself.
Recus, which is my brother, big up Recus. He said 4-2 in favor of United. I don't think we should be conceding like two
Conceding two
goals in that
goals.
game. Yes, I don't think we should
Same here.
just that. I want to see like a 4-0 or a 5-0 win. I don't want to just concede any goal in that game. Like go
Yeah.
all out, attack them, create a lot of chances, score a lot of goals. I think we can, because so far, so far we've been lacking that cutting edge in scoring the goals. But I think a game like this, we can have to score those goals, and we need the goal defense to be able to stop this goal. Because even if we win today and win against Sociedad they have like a very high goal defense. So I think they are leading us like 4 goals. So we need to score a lot of goals today to close on that goal defense. And if unfortunately will not do justice to that, I think 5-0, 4-0, but just score a lot of goals. And
Yeah.
hopefully, Omonia, Nikosa, I don't know what their name is, they might just get a draw against Sociedad
Yeah,
and do us a
exactly.
favor. But I think that's very unlikely. And like going with this, the prediction, like what's going to be your own score prediction for tomorrow's game?
Well, you said it all. I actually have 5-0 in my mind, actually. And if you can recall what I said, actually, when we started, I said it's going to be a gala of goals. And 5-0, in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think it's fair enough for us to score five.
Yeah, I think it depends on how we start the game, and we need to start the game on the front foot, attack and get a couple of early goals. If we get like a goal in the first 10 minutes, we can end up winning that game by 5 or 6 goals.
Yeah,
But I think
true.
it depends on how we start. And with United also, we are not really predictable. We might have a bad game that day. The players might have a bad day. We don't want that. We want them to have a very good day and score a lot of goals. I will lean towards like more of a 4-0 to 5, because I think five is like another level entirely. And Sheriff, they are not a very bad side. And with the fact that we are playing really well, dominating, they want to sit back and defend. So it will be left for us if we can break them. And I think that's where a lot of problem come for us. We don't really know how to break teams down and create those chances. But in the last 3 to 4 games, we've seen improvements in that aspect. But I think we can get like a 4-0 win against the Sheriff side. And they are Old Trafford again. The fans are buzzing. The support
Yeah.
is massive, and with that we can get a result. And I also want to like mention something else. We both are Nigerian, and we have been having a lot of flooding incidents in Nigeria. So
Yeah.
like we have to talk about this a little. Please, anyone that's affected by the flood, please guys, stay safe. We pray for you guys. We pray for everyone the flood is affecting. Some people are homeless right now. Some people some people lost their
Yeah.
life to this
I think
incident.
in
So
Bayelsa State,
yes, it's a
Lagos,
really it's a really
Kwara.
bad incident, and we have to pray for everyone affected by the flood. And please guys, stay safe out there. Uh, Take care of yourselves. The people stay in that area, if you can relocate to other places and avoid some of the casualties that could happen. And with that, we just need to. Actually, there's a comment here saying CR7 is very vital to the Manchester United squad. Yeah, what will you say about that? Let me just go back.
Well, vital. Well, it's a tricky question, or it's a tricky statement actually, because you look at CR7 before now. What impact has it made in the previous matches we've had? How many goals has
Yeah,
he scored and all of that? So I don't really think he will be much of an impact. Of course, his presence, he's a big name.
yeah,
He could actually, maybe that's what he means. Actually, it could be vital. But in terms of
yeah,
you know performance wise, which the players will be hoping he steps up, but
yeah,
I'm sure they wouldn't rely so much or so heavily on Cristiano Ronaldo, because they would think, okay, we have actually fed before now. We've fed in games without him. So of course, I don't think he could be, you know, that's very important in the game, because we have individual players who they can actually win games for us aside Cristiano Ronaldo.
yeah. Yeah. I think I would say last season it was vital for us because he scored a lot
Yeah,
of goals last season. He was really involved in the team last season. But starting this season, he hasn't really hit that level he was last season. And it's not. I won't say that's Ronaldo's fault. Ronaldo is getting. He will be 28 by the beginning of next year. Age catch up with players, which is normal, and that's why I think no one really wants to criticize Ronaldo, but for the betterment of our squad, our team, we want to see us play better football on the front foot. I think that's why Ronaldo is starting on the bench because I don't think he can play the high intensity, high pressing. He can play it in some games, but I think he can play it throughout the course of the season, which that is what we need. And so Ronaldo might be it's like Ronaldo is a vital member of the squad. We need him there because one, we don't have enough strikers. Martial, I love Martial a lot. He's one of our best players, and he's a player I think suits Ten Hag style a lot. But I think the injuries are causing a very huge problem for him, and that's why we need Ronaldo. Because if Martial is out and Ronaldo is out of this team, who do we have? Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford too can get injured at any time,
yeah,
and I think the quality of Ronaldo is still very vital to this team. That's why I get the point that Rabiu is making. So Ronaldo is still kind of vital to this team. And for people that are watching, you guys can still drop in your score predictions. Riku said 4-2. MEFC Global said 5-0, and I am predicting 3-0 for this game. I think we
so
just need the win, and we need to win by a lot of goals. Go on.
I was going to say something about this Ronaldo situation. I think that last season we saw what happened. We saw the break in play and performances. How do I mean?
Yeah,
Solskjaer got sacked, Ragni got hired, and all of that, and there were a
yeah,
lot of issues in the dressing room and all of that. And with the player performances and all. Now, I think what I think and I feel was the system, Ragnick's style or his system was kind of in favor of Cristiano Ronaldo. He had
yeah,
just 6 months or less than 6 months. Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and
yeah,
all of that. We saw we saw the effect of that. He was actually good. He
yeah,
delivered goals and all. But now I think why he's kind of struggling is because this is a new manager, this is a new system, and
yeah,
all. And it takes perseverance, it takes patience to
yeah,
be able to fit in into Ten Hag's plan. And of course, as
yeah,
iconic, as big, as huge as Cristiano Ronaldo is, I don't think he has that patience, to wait to
yeah,
see if he fits in into this plan. Who knows? Of course, I'm confident
yeah.
because for over 20 years, he has actually been spot on. He has been on top of the game. So I
Yeah.
believe if he puts his head down and trust the manager and
You
trust the
can,
process,
yeah.
he
Trust the
will do
process,
well.
yeah.
He will get
Yeah.
used to the manager's style because
Yeah. True.
We've seen him play under several managers, starting from Real Madrid. He has played under Mourinho, he has played under
Yeah.
Zidane, he has played under Sarri,
Yeah.
Allegri, Solskjaer, a lot of managers, and
Not managers, yeah.
he still was able to bang goals. He still was able to score goals. So if he is able to, put his head down, trust the manager, football is actually transitioning. Football is changing,
Yeah.
is evolving. It's not the
Yeah.
traditional way of where the
Yeah.
whole team players
True.
will focus on just one player to score goals.
One
No,
player, yeah.
exactly. So it's a
And
team
I,
play.
and also I don't think it's Clever style is supposed to be favorable to Ronaldo. Like you said, if he can keep his head up and because Clever style is to create a lot of chances and score a lot of goals. And we know
Yeah.
when it comes to goals, when Ronaldo will give you a lot of goals if he gets the
Oh,
chances. We've seen him miss some in a couple of games, but I think if he keeps getting those service and the chances, he will score goals. So that's why I think Ronaldo is important to this squad, but he has to be committed to be part of this squad. Because
absolutely.
because as a player, if you have one leg in and one leg out, the other players won't trust you. Because if you build that team and you end up leaving in January or end up leaving at the end of the season, it shows that you don't want to really be part. And we know Ronaldo wants to leave. We knew that before the season started, and that's why all these questions and all these stories are coming up with Ronaldo. But I think with that's what I'm particular about. The manager, we trust him, we trust in his process, trust what he's trying to do, and we are seeing the improvement on the pitch, which I think is the most important thing. Regardless
Yeah,
of whatever is going behind the scenes, we need to see that improvement. And we are seeing it. And I think this Sheriff game is it's coming at the right time because the Tottenham game, we should be winning that game by 5 goals. Loris was fantastic in that game. We won by 2. against Chelsea, we didn't really take our chances. We drew the game by 1-1. And I think this Sheriff game is going to be a game that we can score a lot of goals. And even the Omonia Nicosia game, we should be scoring like 6 goals, even not for our Nigerian brother Uzo, saving every single thing that came his way, and we
Yeah.
ended up scoring the 9 minutes goal, McTominay. So I think we need to see goals in this game, and just goals, goals, goals. Like if we can end 9-0, I don't give a fuck. We just need to keep scoring the goals, and I think we can. I think we can. And on that note, I think we have to wrap up. And it was a very nice show. Nice having you guys. Please subscribe to his channel, MUFC Global, on YouTube. Follow him at underscore MUFC Global on
Yeah.
Instagram, right?
Instagram.
Yeah. So support the channel, guys. See you guys watching later. Drop your comments, your score predictions, like, subscribe to the channel. A lot of content's coming. We still have a lot of things to do with you on the channel, MUFC Global. And also appear on your channel anytime you need me to,
Sure.
and
No problem.
just talk about football, talk about everything Manchester United. And hopefully our rivals start losing. We saw the so-called we are winning the league as now. Draw against Southampton this weekend, and we saw Liverpool lose to Nottingham Forest, which was the shocking result of last weekend. So and that's the joy of the Premier League. That's the joy of the Premier League. You can see
So
anything can have it. Anyone
can
can
happen.
lose. Anyone can win. Anything can happen, and which is very important. No, but let me give you the opportunity to round up and drop all your socials for people that wants to follow you, subscribe, and all.
Okay. My fan channel actually on Instagram underscore MUFC Global, where we have a lot of Manchester United content, genuine
Yeah,
and awesome content. So you can join me there on Instagram. And of course, I
yeah,
just created this YouTube channel, MUFC Global. Still processing and still working on one or
yeah,
two things before we get back on track. So those are actually the
yeah.
two platforms where you can actually get me.
Okay. Okay, and me, as you can follow me on, like, you can see my stuff scrolling on the video. Twitter, the United Family, the letter D United Family on Instagram at the United Family, because this is for the fans. It's for
Yeah,
it's not it's like that. That's why anyone can get involved. United fans, even rival fans, also we have a lot of shows coming up, like with the rival fans and all. And hopefully we keep getting the win so we can have the opportunity to talk with our full chest instead of like, because the banter will be coming all through the season for every team. And hopefully we get the result against Sheriff. Guys, thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, support the channel. Big up, and we are out.